Good morning, everyone. We hope you guys are seeing what we have in the background. This is a first in Scott history and, to my knowledge, School City Hammond history. Feel free to make comments if you have questions, especially in the comment box, and we will respond. I want to give a quick introduction. My name is Mr. Browning. I'm the assistant principal at Scott Middle School. I'm going to introduce Mr. Hicks, our principal, here shortly, and also our dean of students, Ms. Rodriguez. But again, I'm hoping if you can see us, or if you can see me, if you can hear me, if you can make a comment, we see you, we hear you, hello, that would be great. All right, so I'm going to introduce our principal here, Mr. Hicks. So without further more, I'm going to turn it over. I'm going to pan to him.
Hi, good morning. Welcome on this beautiful Friday morning. My name is Jeremy Hicks. I'm the principal here at Charles and Scott Middle School, and we're excited to give our incoming sixth graders a presentation today that's going to include some valuable information. One thing that we wanted to mention is, as Mr. Browning had stated, we're in a different state of times where everything that we are typically able to do in the school setting, normally we would be or would have already gone to your schools to present some information, answer a few questions, and meet and greet the students. We weren't able to do that, so we did want to take the opportunity to do that virtually. So we see several students are logging in. We have a few thumbs up. Thank you for those encouraging thumbs up. Keep them coming. And also, it looks like we're up to about 12 viewers on this YouTube live video. So with that, looks like we're getting some quick hellos. Hey, Destiny, how's it going out there? Looks like Miss Avila and Amanda. Hello, we see you out there. Hope you're having a good morning. So what we're going to do is share some information. And one thing we want to keep in mind is any information that's shared on this slideshow presentation is going to be available to you all in our Google Classroom. So I think we're up to about 200 plus students in that incoming sixth grade Google Classroom. So keep them coming, invite your parents. They can also view what's going on and receive important information. So with that, we hope you enjoy our YouTube live incoming sixth grade presentation, and then keep the questions coming, and let's keep the comments appropriate, and we'll get this ball rolling. So with that, I'm going to introduce our Dean of Students, Ms. Rodriguez Jones.
Good morning, everyone. My name is Mrs. Rodriguez Jones. I'm your Dean of Students, and I'm excited to meet everyone.
All right, and with that, we're going to have some slides in the background. Hopefully you guys can see them well. And keep in mind, this is to go till 10:30, but we're probably going to cycle through this a few times. And if you get all the information that you need, feel free to leave some comments and get on with your day, I guess. The next slides will show you your next 3 years here at Scott Middle School. So we are talking to the class of 2027 right now. So here in 7 years, we're expecting to see you guys walking across at Morton High School. Hopefully they'll be they'll be allowed then. So first off, the morning entrance, if you will be on 6A, which you're not going to know 6A or 6B quite yet. Our counselors are working very hard to make that happen, to get your schedules ready for you when August comes. But some of the questions that we're hearing is, where would I walk in the morning? Where would I get dropped off? So 6A would be at doors TU, which is right over by the front entrance. So if you're familiar with Scott, if you've walked into door A, if you over on the corner on Grand and 173rd, there would be doors T and U. 6B students would also be in the front at doors VW, So either way, sixth grade, your doors are going to be in the front of the school. So unless you get dropped off by the bus, your morning should be coming in through either door T, U, V, or W. However, if you get here early, and by early I mean 7 a.m., and you want a hot breakfast, we also provide that at door C. C for cafeteria, which I don't know how well you can see this, but over on the side, door A, which is the main entrance, which students would be coming through those. But door C would be if you want to walk in early. They open at 7 a.m. and till 7:20 a.m. At 7:20 a.m., the bell rings for all students to enter the building. So what would end up happening is you would go to your locker, get your stuff ready for first, second hour, and you would line up at your breakfast line. So if you're 6A, you would be, it's going to make more sense when you come to Sky and you get to see it. But 6A is going to be by the water fountain, which I guess you can kind of see it over here. That's where the 6A breakfast line will be. And again, students, you are expected to be in line by 7:25. Those first few weeks, we'll give some leniency. We'll give you a few minutes to get acquainted with the new school rules here and procedures. 6B, on the other hand, this will be your line. So 6A and 6B, those students will never be in the same breakfast line. So we want to front load that information with you now. And again, you don't know what team you are on until probably about August. This is one of our hallways. This is 6A hallway. If you notice, these will be your lockers for next school year. So plan accordingly. Yes, you will need to purchase a lock. They have been $6 since, 1995. So, it's same price. You are expected to purchase one. And once you do, these will be your lockers, and they are going to be right by your advisory class and by your core classes. By core, I mean your math, social studies, and language arts classes. Which I have right there. 6B, very similar hallway. Again, lockers, and those lockers right here, it's right next to doors VW, which is where you enter in the morning. So those doors connect to doors VW. So when you come in, your locker is right there. So there's not going to be a lot of roaming around. In the morning, eventually, you're going to have to go to what we call the applied academic class. Applied academics include physical education, gateway to technology, STEAM class, band, choir, general music, health, Spanish, various other classes. And they would be located on the east end of the building, which is the opposite end of the building. So twice a day, you're going to have to go to the applied academic side. Also on the applied academic side, you'll find the cafeteria. So we're going to try to give you a virtual tour of how it will look. So just follow along, and if I'm going too fast, by all means, make a comment saying, have a question or however we can help here. We want to clear any confusion that you may have. So 6A students, if you notice, that was your breakfast line right here. You're going to keep walking down that hallway. 6B, that was your breakfast line. You're going to keep walking down that hallway right there. Now, 6A and 6B, basically sixth graders, you're going to walk down. This is the main office, the media center / library, attendance office, nurse's office, um, guidance office, guidance department. So you're going to pass all these rooms, and you're still going to make your way to the applied academic side. So just want to give a few points here. Student Services Office is one of those places that you'll pass. That's where you're going to find your counselors, Miss McNeely and Miss Dudzik. And you'll also find our registrar, Miss Hardy, and our SEI, Mr. Johnson. So what Miss McNeely and Miss Dudzik will do is that they're going to help you with your schedules. They're going to help you with social emotional learning. If you have any maybe issue with study habits, or if there's different resources that you want or need, or if there's something that you have on your chest and you want to let it out, Miss McNeely, Miss Dudzik would be the go-to. Miss Hardy is the person who's going to make sure all that paperwork is ready. She's going to make sure that everyone's organized, and she's going to be the face of the office. So, when you walk into Student Services, or if you walk into Student Services, she'll be most likely the first person that you see. Mr. Johnson, he's going to be helping with any type of, if you have a disagreement with a friend, or if there's maybe you're angry, he's going to help out in that regard. So again, these are all adults in this building that are here to help you be successful here at Scott Middle School. Just past Student Services Office, you're going to find the main office. In the main office, you're going to find Miss Abeda. You're going to find Miss Rodriguez-Jones, myself, and Principal Hicks. So again, these adults here, we're here to help you. We're here to help you to be successful while you're at Scott Middle School. So if you guys have questions, we're going to be, by we, I mean myself, Mr. Hicks, our principal, and Miss Rodriguez, our dean of students. We're here, we're visible, and we are welcoming. So if you guys have questions, do not be afraid to ask. Other important rooms in this school, you have the attendance office, and then you also have the nurse's office. Our attendance officer, Miss Williams. So if you are late to school, Miss Williams is the person that you're going to check in with. Or if you are getting picked up, you have a doctor's appointment, you got a dentist appointment, you're leaving early for the day. That's where a parent is going to, parent or guardian is going to come, sign you out. So this attendance office is where, if you are leaving early or if you're coming in late, this is where you would go. The nurse's office, if you aren't feeling well, by well I mean you think you might have a fever, this is where you're going to go. But you're going to need a pass from an adult within the building. So if your sixth grade your language arts teacher writes you a pass down to the nurse, this is where you would go. Keep in mind, this, if you're not feeling well, texting a parent, that is not the protocol here. So what would be the protocol is you're going to check in with Miss Wasowski, our school nurse, and she will do what she needs to do. So if she's, the student needs to go home, it's got a fever, she will make the phone call, and again, you will be picked up at the attendance office. Just to show you what this room looks like. Beautiful room. Miss Williams does an excellent job of organizing and very easy to talk to. So if you are late, she's here. She would be sitting right there, but she's not there right at that point. So feel free to say hello if and when you do see her. The nurse's office, again, if you are not feeling well, make sure you receive a pass from your teacher to report to the nurse's office. Cannot stress that enough. Up on the left will be the library/media center. Yes, you will need a pass to enter. Again, hint, it is on the left. There you will find our excellent media specialist, Ms. Sanchez, who again does an excellent job, and we're happy to have her. So you'll find her in there if maybe a Chromebook questions. She's someone that can help you with Chromebook questions. You might have like a research project. Chances are your teachers are going to be the ones that are going to bring you down here. But again, this is where you would need a pass to enter. This is where you need a pass to enter. Now, some of you guys might have like older siblings, might have brother, sister that went here, a cousin. This, I'm betting, looks a lot different than when they were here. So if you took a screenshot of it and you showed it to them, I bet you they wouldn't recognize this room. So it was a lot of shelves and not a lot of tables for students to be working. So it's a lot clearer and easier to find what you need here. Onward. So we're still going to applied academics. So this is like everything that you've seen on the core side, your language art, your locker, your ELA class, your math class, social studies. You've seen the student services office. You've seen nurse's office, library, media center, attendance office, main office. This is the other side of the building. So earlier you were on the west side of the building. Now you're on the east side of the building. So there'll be two hallways. There's a hallway going right here, and then by the IU, which you can't see yet, there'll be a hallway in the very back. So there's going to be two hallways coming up. This is the T. So I'm going to go back here. This right here is the T. I'm going to get a closer shot. Let's try that again. So right here would be the T. Now this would be the T facing, there's the IU sign, there's the IU sign. So now you're keep going straight. So eventually you'll come to a T in the hallway. If you continue straight, then you will come to the STEAM class, Chinese, Spanish, Gateway Technology classes. However, actually we'll go through that. So this is that hallway. So if you get to the IU sign right here, you're going to take a right. This is that hallway. So you have the Gateway Technology classes. You have Spanish, Chinese, STEAM class, other classes as well. So this is that hallway. Now, instead of going straight, if you turn right, this is that hallway. So here, you'll find the cafeteria, you'll find the gym, you'll find band, choir class, general music class, health class. So this is that hallway. Those are your applied academics. So there's two different hallways for your applied academics. Keep that in mind. what I said earlier about media center applies to the gym. So I think 2 years ago they redid the lighting in the gym, and if again you have an older sibling that went here and you showed them this picture, one of the things that they hear is, I didn't know that this brick was light blue. The lighting it's a lot brighter than it used to be, so you can kind of see like the brightness of the gym. The flooring got redone, I believe 3 years ago. So if you have an older sibling or someone that went here, if you showed them this picture, they're probably going to be what's the word I'm looking for? A little shell shocked by what they're seeing. So it's definitely different than. There's been some changes. Your PE teachers, you have Mr. Britt and Mrs. Cillian. And this is the cafeteria. Yes, I know it is missing tables, but this has just been waxed, so they took out the tables. There will be, how we have it is, in the middle there'll be the 6A side and then the 6B side. So we will go over your first few days of school where your table will be. So you will have not necessarily a designated table, but an area where you will be sitting during lunch. Over here, I don't know how well you can see this, but this is one of the lunch lines. And then off camera, you can't see it, will be lunch line number 2. So these are the 2 lunch lines that you would have to choose from. And then this very back, there'll be a snack line. They have like a snack cart where they have granola bars, water, chips, cookies, I believe. So if you want to purchase, that's where you would go. But again, students, you are going to your teacher is going to walk you down to the cafeteria, and the expectation is you get in line right away. And once you get your food, then you're going to take a seat. There won't be much or any roaming around, talking to different tables. That's just not going to be tolerated. So again, when you walk into Scott Middle School cafeteria, the expectation is you are going to get in line, get your lunch, and go to your seat, and we'll go from there. And I guess this might not be a bad time to say, but this is a green zone. But if there are students that aren't cleaning up after themselves, then this becomes a red zone. What is a green zone, you might ask? That is a place where cell phones or electronic devices are allowed. So if you have if you have your headphones, you want to listen to something, that is totally fine if it is a green zone. So red zone shouldn't even be visible. So we'll go over that your first few days. We'll get you up to speed once you guys get here. So if you ride the bus, after like at 2:30 when the bell rings, this is going to be your dismissal. This will be your door L. So you're not going to go back to your locker. You should have already done that. And you're going to walk out door L, which is over by the applied academic side. Actually, I can show you. Door L on the inside is this. Right here. So door L would be this door right here. So if you remember, applied academics, like Spanish class, STEAM, Chinese, Gateway Technology, those classes over here, door L, that's for students who ride the bus only. So any other student, they are to go back to their lockers and exit doors either TU or BW. If you notice this yellow line right here, that is the bus pickup. So again, there's going to be 2 buses, and they will line up at the yellow line, and that's where they will pick you up. If, again, you ride the bus. Back to earlier, if you are Team 6A, you are going to be walking out doors TU for dismissal. And 6B students are going to be walking out doors BW. BW. I know we did this quickly, but I also want to show you some places where you won't be going. 7th grade hallway. 8th grade hallway. I'll go over those again. 7th grade hallway, 8th grade hallway. These are reserved for, the 7th grade students and our 8th grade students. So at no point should you be allowed in the 7th grade hallway or in the 8th grade hallway. That's just a no-no. That is all for your virtual tour. By all means, if you guys have questions, feel free to ask. We want to make sure that everyone's on the same page, or give you guys a leg up when you guys come up here in August. And if there's no questions, we can end early, and we'll be around. So if you guys may have questions, again, feel free to leave a comment. Other than that, it was a pleasure. We cannot wait for you guys to come to Scott and be Scorpions. So again, your next 3 years. Thank you, everybody. So we do have a question. Is a school supply list available yet?
Good morning. So thank you everybody that participated. The question is a school supply list available? Not yet, but we will get that out as soon as possible. A lot of our communication has come through Parent Square, through our Twitter or Facebook accounts and our school website. So definitely we will have a school supply list out there. It has remained the same for the past couple of years, but we'll be sure to get that out to you all as soon as possible to give you enough time to plan ahead, to purchase those supplies over the summer, and to be prepared to start the anticipated August school start date. Any other questions out there? It looks like we got up to about 28 viewers on this site and live video stream. We have many thumbs up. It looks like we have about 6 thumbs ups that have come across. So we have one more, not a question, we got a cool thanks. You are very welcome. So we'll keep this going maybe about another 2 minutes or so. We've been streaming for about 28 minutes, and it looks like our first endeavor, I would say, has been pretty successful. Not sure how your response is, but we're excited to do this virtual tour with you, and excited for you all to start in the fall. One question that comes up is about school locks, and one thing that I know our school counselors have put out there is how to open a combination lock, because that's something that the first couple weeks, as you're trying to maneuver your schedule, your classes, your teachers, getting those supplies, the combination lock has been a challenge for many of our incoming students every year. So over the summer, it would be helpful to possibly practice virtually with a combination lock. That will increase your chances of being more successful. So we definitely do want everybody to be prepared. And one thing that Mr. Browning had mentioned is the school locks are on sale at the school. And we do advise you that we only are accepting the school locks purchased from Scott Middle School, because that is a safety measure that we have in place. If we ever have to get into a locker for any emergency or any reason, our school locks have a key in the back that we can access. So parents, just be aware that I know it's anxious, and you want to, you may be anxious to purchase locks for your student or your scholar, but hold off. We ask that you use our school locks. If they have a lock outside of what is Scott Middle Schools, they won't be able to use it. So just keep that in mind. But students, we definitely want you to practice virtually, and even if you have a spare lock at home that you used in the past, to kind of practice, because it's you have to go to the right 3 times, go on the number, you have to skip to the left, and then back to the right. So it is a challenge those first couple of weeks. Any other questions out there? I got a cool thanks out there, so thank you. We'll give last minute rounds of questions. And if that, we'll wrap up our first installment of you're our first class that is getting to experience this. So appreciate you all tuning in on this beautiful Friday morning. We look forward to a great weekend and a successful summer, and more importantly, a great starting of the 2020-21 school year. So final words from Mr. Browning. I'm going to hand it over.
That's all we got. So enjoy your Friday. Have a good weekend, and have a great summer. We'll see you in August.